America is so out of touch with reality, they think that the same playbook that they've been able to use on other African leaders is gonna work with Burkina Faso. This man bulked up his security before he tried anything. He first got the Sahel Alliance with Mali and Niger, and now other African countries are trying to join them. Pulled out of every Western-sponsored African union, made deals with Russia, China, and now has North Korea coming out and saying, we got his back if anything happens. You're not dealing with the Africa that you were able to manipulate. The Africa of our grandparents and our parents, where you manipulated and destroyed everything and convinced us that our countries were shitholes when you steal resources from our shithole countries. I am so proud of Burkina Faso and everything that country has been able to do, and all of the Sahel Alliance countries. Now we just need other African leaders to wake the F up and understand that Africa has the resources to dominate the globe. And it is time that we stop being considered a shithole continent altogether, because these countries have decided that they would rather keep us impoverished than work.
It's a blazing years. Me I say big up Ibrahim, Traoré. Yeah, from Burkina Faso, what's up? You know, she said, Jah rise up a deliverer in Africa. Yo, Mandela reach him at a different level at a different time, but they never did know, say, yo, Ibrahim Traoré would have reached him this way at this time. Ancient sons and daughters of Mother Africa. Long were the days of pain that we have spent in bondage, and longer yet were the nights of aloneness. And know that yesterday is today's memory and today is tomorrow's dream. If today is tomorrow, what's tomorrow today? Our ancestors are the boats from which Ibrahim Traoré, as a living arrows, are sent forth. African, rise above your ashes as a phoenix. I am a poet, and what do I care about our black story? It wouldn't do if anyone should tell I that I and I should have forget our black story. For with the shackle and the chain with the beat of our backs, they beat us. They beat our ancestors so hard that this generation is still feeling the pain. Whoa, they wanted to kill us, but you know, we got the will to live. That is the reason why we survive. We are the leaves of life, we can grow anywhere. Ancient sons and daughters of Mother Africa. On fire, it's a blazing yes. Big up, me I say, to Ibrahim Traoré, yeah man, down at Burkina Faso. You know, see them a pick sense out of nonsense. But Ibrahim Traoré see no sense into nonsense and no nonsense into sense. The man sense is sense as sense and nonsense as nonsense. So Ibrahim Traoré draw fence between the sense and the nonsense and draw fence. Him look at the sense and he looks at the nonsense and he still go back and check the fence from depths to extents. You know, see that this leader spring up like, you know, dense like weeds from extra depths of existence. Is nurtured, all people learns to aspire. Ibrahim Traoré is more than corn and autumn's fire. He comes with sober harmony, nurse the hope, his cause is mine, I will not give up. A fire, African unite. Ibrahim Traoré, big up yourself. That way I say from down in Jamaica, you saw. Yeah man, keep it together. Africa unite.
Captain Ibrahim Traoré, a 35-year-old army officer turned a leader in Burkina Faso, took power in 2022, what they call quits a revolution. Since then, he's turned heads expelling French troops, nationalizing gold reserves, and forging a bold Sahel Alliance with Mali and Niger. Traoré has pulled his nation away from Western influence, cutting ties with France and ECOWAS, and instead building strong partnerships with Russia, China, and even North Korea. And last month, he met Putin in Moscow to deepen security and trade ties through the newly formalized alliance of Sahel states. He's building Burkina Faso's first gold refinery, suspended unregulated gold exports, and is pressing for domestic resource control, boosting jobs and resisting foreign extraction. He's also launching major healthcare and free education programs, constructing over 50 new hospitals and clinics in only 2025. And here is where it gets emotional. African Americans, Jamaicans, and Haitians, and other Africans in diaspora are rallying behind him. In New York rallies, one desperate voice was heard, like to say, and I quote, African Americans didn't come here by themselves. They need to go back home. This is a recognition of shared history, a reclaiming of blackness, the motherland, and destiny. The American fight is not a black people's fight. Black people's fight belongs in Africa. Feel that. Pure pride and conviction. A voice telling diaspora youth, like, come home. this is revolution. I mean, this revolution is for you. Is for you too. This reaction is not just hype. It's a pushing a global pack shift. It's one thing for Africans and on the ground to stand with Traore, but Diaspora backing the international formation, it sends a clear message. We are united, and Western influence is no longer welcome here back home in Africa. So stick around, I'll break down what this means for Africa, how Western media is responding, and where I see this going. You don't want to miss in the next 10 minutes. I'll be back.
If you're gonna talk about fine shit, this is the only fine shit I want to hear you talk about. This is Ibrahim Traore. He's a president of the transition of Burkina Faso. The president of the transition of Burkina Faso. I've never heard that title before. President of the transition? I don't know. Does that mean something else? But when I saw that, I was like, oh, he's the president of transforming this country, of improving this country, and of course, Africa. This man is in the process of and is carrying the entire continent of Africa on his back. He's going to the oppressors and the colonizers and saying, we don't want your fake help. We don't want your fake help. We're okay. And this wouldn't be fine shit. As a Jamaican, I am so proud of this man. I'm so happy to see a man like this in my time, in my generation, right now. And honestly, I live in America as well. And I know that Black Americans and Black people in America right now in a resting phase. And it just come to me, I was like, the reason why we don't have any energy for the American fight, for the fight for America, is because it's not our fight. Our fight belongs in Africa. Our fight belongs for Africa. No, I'm not going to tell anybody what to do. I'm not that type. But speaking for me, this is what I care about. I care about this most. And I'm from Jamaica. Don't get me wrong. I love Jamaica. I love my culture. I love my people. I'm very proud to be Jamaican. But if I'm going to give any energy and effort for a piece of land, it's going to be the land and the continent of Africa. Because the very Rasta man will say Jamaica is capture land and Africa is the motherland. Because we cannot be good no matter where we are in this world. We won't get the respect that we want and deserve. We won't be seen as valuable as we should be seen if Africa is not where it should be. You get me, I say? And this is the beginning of it. And the way how this man is divinely guided and protected, this man is covered. 18 assassination attempts, and he's been president since 2022. 3 years, 18 assassination attempts. Why? Because he's not allowing them to put them hand in his country anymore. He's not allowing them to rape them anymore. Him saying, no, we don't need your fake help. Move and go. Worry about your country. I'm worrying about my country. Relax, we got it. We literally have the resources that you keep taking, so we'll be fine. We have it. The resources you use to build your country and make your country powerful, it's ours. So what we need your help for? Why are you here? Why are you here? I'm with it. This man now have free education in his country. Let me tell you, I'm getting ready to go to Africa. I don't know when, I don't know where, but this is what it is. This is what it is. Fine shit. Yeah. Black people, clock in. This is what it is. Clock in. Hey, Ibrahim.
America is so out of touch with reality, they think that the same playbook that they've been able to use on other African leaders is gonna work with Burkina Faso. This man bulked up his security before he tried anything. He first got the Sahel Alliance with Mali and Niger, and now other African countries are trying to join them. Pulled out of every Western-sponsored African union. Made deals with Russia, China, and now has North Korea coming out and saying, we got his back if anything happens. You're not dealing with the Africa that you were able to manipulate. The Africa of our grandparents and our parents, where you manipulated and destroyed everything and convinced us that our countries were shitholes when you steal resources from our shithole countries. I am so proud of Burkina Faso and everything that country has been able to do, and all of the Sahel Alliance countries. Now we just need other African leaders to wake the F up and understand that Africa has the resources to dominate the globe. And it is time that we stop being considered a shithole continent altogether because these countries have decided that they would rather keep us impoverished than working with Africa.
Hello, I want to speak briefly about Burkina Faso and their president, Ibrahim Traore. As an African-American woman, I am so proud of President Traore and so happy for the people of Burkina Faso. I want to state for the record that African Americans have nothing to do with any assassination attempts, any destabilization of the country, or any criticism of President Traore. I don't know any American, and I don't know every American, but I don't know any American that even knows who General Michael Langley is. I actually just found out who he was 2 days ago. But when you see black people being put in a position like that, and then turn on their heels to criticize another leader in another country, that is by design. And they do not speak for us. They are ruining the reputation of African Americans globally, making people think that we feel this way. We have our own problems in America.
Where are all the African musicians, Afrobeat artists, Amapiano? Where are the African movie stars, the influencers, the sports personalities, politicians? Where are they? I haven't heard them talk about what's going on with Burkina Faso. I haven't heard them lend their support to Ibrahim Traore. I've not heard them. And I'm disappointed because they have got big platforms and they are very strategic in this fight for the liberation of Africa. They have influence and they can use their influence. But unfortunately, a lot of our artists, a lot of our musicians, a lot of our sports personalities and influencers are signed to Western companies. So they have to toe the line. They have to do what their companies say. Essentially, may I dare say that they're puppets. I'm sorry. Why can't you say, leave Burkina Faso alone, leave Ibrahim Traoré alone? Why can't you use your platform? At the end of the day, it's Africans that put you there. It's the everyday person that bought your single or listened to your music or shared your stuff. It's the everyday African person that put you there. So therefore, I believe that you have a duty to use your platform to back up Africa. You were an African first before you was a celebrity. Don't ever forget that. If you have seen any African celebrity speak up and support Ibrahim Traoré and Burkina Faso and the fight for African liberation, please let me know. Put it in the comments, because I might be wrong. But like I said, I've been looking out for it and I haven't seen anyone speak up about it. I might be wrong. Put it in the comment section. Make sure that you like, you follow, and you share this video. I'll see you in the next video.
I want to send this message to the people of Africa. Join hands with Burkina Faso. Join hands with Ibrahim Traoré. The whole continent of Africa and the diaspora. Get up. Stand up. The time is now. Stand firm and conquer your fears. Conquer your fears and stand up for your rights. Conquer your fears and defend your continent. Defend your land. Conquer your fears and take back full control of your resources. Conquer your fears and take no defeat this time. This message goes out to all Africans on the continent of Africa and the diaspora. Only you can free you. Stand up against neocolonization. Stand up against imperialism, against bullyism. Stand up, conquer your fears, and fight against oppression. Me! Shocking Morris said that.
You need to understand, so the spirit of the ancestors are here. And a long time black people are hold back. No, we not hold back. If you touch Ibrahim, you touch Jamaicans. You touch real Africans in Jamaica. And every American in a Jamaica needs to be careful if we don't touch him. Are we serious? We're dead serious.
Very serious.
We're very serious.
Very, very serious.
And I'm not talking to you.
No, I the king that.
Yeah. See there, boy. See there. See there. Ibrahim Traore.
Left it just for the Rastas.
Yes.
Pioneer the forefront of this. This concerns all Africans. Any destruction plan for the destruction of Africa concerns all of us.
Yes.
And we are saying, church pastors, we ask you, Sunday morning, Sabbath, return to sender, return to sender. Any destruction of plan, you decide of only to be concerned about myself, but the upliftment and liberation of all Africans. And anything of plan, negative, that's a return to sender.
Return to sender. We don't send CIA agents and all kind of people to destabilize people's economy. We're sick and tired of UNO, America and France and Europe. We don't go it. Revolution.
Red, white, and blue.
Revolution.
Got nothing to do with you.
Revolution.
No red, white, and blue.
No red, white, and no blue.
Red, green, gold, and green. Remember me tell you.
I'm right there with you. We've never, or at least I've never seen a leader like this. No other president had made me feel like their army is worth fighting in. Protecting this nation, protecting this leader is worth fighting in. Investing in this nation, I would just send money if I know it's helping making his vision come to fruition. I believe in everything this guy does, and I've yet to see another leader like this. So I want to see this through. He invited African Americans, just African people of the West, Jamaican people, Haitian people. If you're black, born outside of Africa, you are welcome. Oh my God, this guy's doing all the things. Everything makes sense. Everything isn't to line his pockets. It's to make this nation healthier and stronger. It's unfortunate that that's revolutionary, but it's revolutionary nonetheless. I'm with it.
Hands up! 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 Hands up!
Africa!
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 Hands up! Hands up! Hands up!
So welcome back, guys. And recently, AFRICOM chief leader General Michael Langley warned Traore is diverting national goal to pay security forces and duped him as a threat to U.S. interests. That sparked outrage from protesters in Burkina Faso and diaspora's rallies from Brooklyn to Paris, all chanting "Leave Traore alone." Notably, many mainstream African American figures aren't vocal. And one supporter criticizes African celebrities who have signed to Western companies and remain silent and said their platforms should uplift Traore's Pan-African revolution. This is a historic step to detach from neo-colonial dependence. Some critics point to Russia's influence, propaganda campaigns, AI-generated cult visuals, and Wagner mercenaries tied to Traore. It's a valid concern because are we trading one empire for another? But then again, many Africans argue that Western freedoms have failed them, and Traore's anti-imperial stance resonates deeply. And that we must acknowledge darker realities. Press suppression, no elections for years, and ongoing jihadist violence that grips much of Burkina Faso. Less than half the country is even under governmental control. So yes, idealism clashes with messy truths, but yet diaspora solidarity, particularly from African Americans, changes the game here. It's not just cheering, it's a political thing. They are distancing themselves from any destabilization narratives. The one African American woman in the clips, I hope we've heard her, she said that do not speak of us, they are acting by design. That's powerful and that's rare. So if this unity depends, we're talking global black solidarity, remittances aimed at empowerment, reverse migration investments in African industries, not to mention reshaping Africa's global leverage. Imagine diaspora and continent standing together versus old structure. Of course, we're going to bring this. So it's not just about Traore, it's about what collective action could do. Will this spark real change, and will diaspora involvement go beyond hashtags into actionable solidarity? Only time will tell this, but what we are witnessing is truly historic. So are you ready? Comment below. Are you ready to support this but join this movement, right? And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. Let's amplify these voices that Western media try to silence. And until next time, I want you guys to stay woke, stay blessed, and stay dangerous, of course. This is the Diaspora. Peace out.